I'll tell you all about it.
That was real good. That was money, first of all.
Let's do another one.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's different on the phone. So what can I say? What is up? I am Chris Knight. You are watching The Real Review 3000 Night Rider. Yeah, that's where you ride with me, Chris Knight, in a car. Well, it's not you riding with me, but it's something like that, Ramblings, musings, rants, all sorts of other things. It's what I do here. Hopefully we see some people in here. Right now, doesn't look to be much of anybody, but hey, that's what happens. Let me go to the comments, make sure. Yeah. Let's talk about, we talked about community the other day. And for anybody that's going to be in the chat, by all means, ask me your questions, do all that you want to participate in that. But if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you put your comments or what you'd like to ask me down below in the comments. Please do that. And then if you have anything you want me to talk about on one of these, by all means, put it down there. You can tweet me at ChrisKnight5150, or you can look up The Real Review 3000 on Facebook and Instagram, and you can email me, ChrisKnight at therealreview3000.com. So really simple. And today, since I talked about community last week, I think it was last week, Friday, I think it was actually. I figured I'd talk a little bit more about that, and I noticed there's a lot of smaller channels that ask me about, or that they mention, I don't, people don't watch me, people don't support me or whatnot, and I wanted to take that from a perspective of a channel that's a little larger. I have a little over 5,000 subscribers. I'm grateful for that. For everybody here who's subscribed to me, I really do appreciate that. I appreciate the views. I appreciate comments, all of that. It's just something that if you'd asked me, I guess 4 years ago or so when I started the channel, technically, I put this thing up and I said, I'm going to do pop culture. I'm going to talk about, music. I want to do all this other stuff. And I kind of kicked around the idea, calling it ADHD for YouTube, meaning that I don't like one particular thing. I didn't want to stick with one thing. And to all the people out there who look at 5,000 subscribers, go, well, you got 5,000 subscribers, you're monetized, you got this going on, you got that going on. And, I get lately anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500, sometimes push 2,000 for my videos, which I'm really grateful for. But I try to find that niche that not a lot of people cover, especially in our community. But for all those people who see that, then turn around, they say, well, I don't get a lot of people who watch my videos, or I don't this, and they ask me how to do it, or they ask me what my opinion is on what they could try. And my biggest thing I would tell you is that continue to do things that you're doing that you like to do, and don't just give up on stuff right away. Don't just go and, change what you're doing because you don't see the views from it. When it comes to live streams, folks, I don't really get a ton of views. If you talk to most channels that have 5,000 subscribers, they at least cover in the time that they go live approximately, I don't know, probably 200 to 300 views in the time that they go live. And there for a while, I was covering close to 200 on some of my streams, and on a lot of them, though, I might push 100, which means that I'm not really getting the views that I would expect to get with the subscriber counts I get. So when I talk to people who have smaller channels, I really like to point out that it just depends on what you're doing, how you're supported. And lots of times people will, they'll come there and they'll watch for 5 seconds and decide that they don't like the topic or they don't like somebody on the stream. That happens. And when you see that as a content creator, I don't think that you should necessarily just give up because you're like, well, I only got 20 views on this live stream. I only got this on this video. And I will always say, continue to do what you're doing. Don't just give up because you don't see, lack of another word, the residual. Views will come in time. I didn't really see a huge view count on anything I did until, I don't know, probably about 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers. I started doing music reviews because it was a niche market, and I knew I could get a lot of subscribers and 2 views from it. And I've done that. But that's not really what I like doing all the time. So now I find myself trying to do the pop culture thing, these kind of car chats, a variety of different things, gaming streams, things like that. And I find that I don't get great views during live streams. And like I said, the Rumble, when I was doing it weekly and I was running it, really pushing it, I would see 100 to 200 people. Hey, Mr. CCDV, how you doing? Exactly. Just do what you like. And you know what? I don't think anybody should ever plan to make YouTube a career. If it takes off, run with it. I plan for things, but I'm also very much on the fly type of person. If it happens, and I go for it. But I always tell people that if you like the idea of what you're doing, if you push the idea of what you're doing, if you're really invested into it, it shouldn't matter what your view count is. If you stay consistent and people see you there every day, every week, at the same time, if you start on time, if you do the absolute best you can to keep people on track when they're on your streams and, not let people ramble, try to run it as professionally as possible, you will see the residuals from it. You will see that take it and it'll become something better. And that's what I've always believed. I will use Khaos Central as a point. Khaos Central has 157 subs, and on the stream that I do on the Rule of 3, I only do it on Khaos Central. I see after the first full day normally about 70 to 80 views on that, and that is around 50% of the subscribers, which anybody else out there in the world would be totally thrilled with, and I'm thrilled with it too. Then you turn around and look at the Real Review 3000. When it comes to live streams, I might push 100 after 24 to 48 hours. Might push 100, and that the percentage. Gotta love it. Anybody calls and it just knocks me out. So whatever, I don't care. But I don't even see a percentage point of live views compared to subscribers here on the Real Review 3000, and that's because most subscribers, I've talked about this lots of times, most of my subscribers are from music reviews, so they're not paying attention. Most of them aren't even, haven't even clicked the bell for notifications. which as a content creator drives me nuts. If you like somebody's streams, I just say always subscribe to them and click the notification bell, because if nothing else, analytics wise, it helps a YouTube content creator understand that he has interest in certain things. Not everybody looks at analytics, but for those people who do, they're really important. So when I don't see high numbers of view count on live streams, I'll go back and I'll look at analytics, and I'll actually find some things that tell me, okay, well, this wasn't a total loss. Either the length of time people watched, the impressions that I get, lots of different things. And my hope always is people who come back and watch after the fact. And again, if that's you, thank you very much for checking this out on the replay. But I don't really care about the views. I'm here to offer my help where I can. I'm here to, hey, David. Yes, and that's another thing. Notifications on YouTube are broken. They say that they fixed them, and then they're broken again. And, you know, I still say, though, it's a better thing to check. I noticed that a lot of times notifications will take 30 minutes to an hour sometimes to go out. And then what's funny is like on Khaos Central, when we'll go live about later, typically like Friday, after we go live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like Friday, those notifications will start coming through. Live now on Khaos Central, it's the chaotic conversation. And I look at them like, yeah, no, it's not live. YouTube's got a lot of problems, a lot of things they need to fix. Please don't strike me down for saying that, YouTube gods, whatever. I just think that for smaller channels, maybe it will help people hear that we don't even get a lot of what we want with larger subscribers. Again, I would love to see 100 people watching my streams. I would love to see consistent 30. But I will also tell you, when you see 30 people watching your stream, that doesn't mean you're going to have 200 views after the thing is over. The thing about seeing a consistent number of people in your stream could be very well the fact that 30 people are watching and that's all you'll get. So I don't necessarily pay attention to the number up here. For me, it's right here. But if I pay attention to the number that it says is watching or that is there, that number fluctuates so fast and so much, it's not even funny. So I don't know. Like when David, you were putting in stuff into this chat, and Mr. CCTV, you were too. It was only showing me that one person was watching. So I don't know. I see two people chatting, but it tells me one person is wrong. That's another thing that I always see with the YouTube is that it just doesn't understand its own analytics sometimes. So take analytics with a grain of salt. But for smaller channels, if you're really wanting to be 100% serious about this, don't get discouraged by numbers. Numbers are a gauge to let you know what you're doing and taking the analytics and saying, okay, I see positives in this, but I see some stuff I can work on. So going on, positive. Good to see you in the chat. I appreciate you being here. But it's, like I said, it's always a thing of everything that you see, and then you have to take it and don't do a Warner Brothers. Don't just stop everything right now. Oh, no, it's not working. Let's just change everything we're doing. If you get views, if you get any views, you are at a starting point that you can say, okay, people watch. Now, why did this X number of people who I expected to come or who I was hoping would come, why did those people not come? The notifications not work? Did, was the topic not something they wanted? Did I have a controversial person on? Did I have somebody that nobody wants to watch on? There could be that. And, going into that, I wouldn't necessarily tell people to let the numbers or people tell you who to have on your streams. If you get along with somebody and you like streaming with them, then do it. Viewers who will like your content will find your content eventually. Some people, it takes 2, 3, 4 years to get 1,000 subscribers, but you'll get it. You will get it eventually if you stay on course and don't just pull up the wagons and run out of town because it's not going the way you want it to. Still in steady wins the race is what they say. So that's what I would tell you. Phantom striking, yeah. I had to deal with that, and I'll tell you, it kind of pissed me off, the whole phantom striking thing. But I've gotten a little more resilient with fighting on YouTube claims. So, that's how it goes. Well, guys, I am home. That's how it works. We talk about things really simple. Guys, I appreciate those of you who did show up. For those of you who are going to watch after the fact, I appreciate you coming. And like I said, if you have any suggestions for these videos, by all means, you can put them down in the comments, or you can tweet me out or DM me right here, right there at Chris Knight 5150, or you can look me up on Facebook or Instagram at The Real Review 3000, and I do have a Facebook myself under Christopher Knight. You can go ahead and message me there, or you can email me at Chris Knight 5150 or at Chris Knight at TheRealReview3000.com. I'm sorry, I can't even talk that. So, but anyways, with that said, guys, thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Knight Rider, and I'm officially out of here. Thank you.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and The Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach the Ego, use the Twitter handle at TheEgo5150. We would like to thank the generous members of The Real Review 3000. Those members are Jesse Ritchie, JJ, aka SithLord3827, Lady Toriel, Yvette, Abraham Morales, and Anzo of Biggaford Entertainment. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at The Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For more information on how to become a member, click the join button below.